Hello, welcome. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the 9 to 5 Toys YouTube channel, our live stream. I'm Jordan Sorsenjuber. I do most of the YouTube things over here. And today we got something kind of cool we're going to be doing. Well, just on my camera real quick here. A little live unboxing of the new, pop over to my overhead cam, of the new Cloud 3 wireless from HyperX. And also talking about the Moza R3 that we just recently reviewed here. So, let us know where you're joining from. What's going on? What are you excited to talk about? Also have a really special deal I want to talk about. One of my favorite keyboards is on sale right now, so we're going to talk about that too. But as always, we can meander and talk about different things too. If you have any other subjects you'd like to talk about, it's always fun to hunt for deals together, as 9to5toys.com is primarily a deals website. So let us know what you're looking for, and we'll search together. Just making sure I got everything going here. Everything's looking pretty good. It's been a little bit since we've done a live stream. My kids started school, and my wife was on vacation with some of her friends for the last week. So a little bit of a crazy time there, but we all got through it. Everybody survived. So I guess first thing we're going to do here is check out live unboxing of the Cloud 3 wireless. We reviewed the, actually let me pull it up here. We reviewed the older Cloud 3 not that long ago. And right on the heels of that, obviously HyperX came out with the wireless version of it. Pop back over to my screen here. Oh, my YouTube video. For some reason, these links don't always work on here. I always have to go back in and reset them. But I think my takeaway from it was that, yeah, it's good. Like, you know, HyperX always nails comfort, and sound is pretty good as well. But it's a pretty cluttered, you know, landscape of gaming headsets right now. So, like I said, this is a unboxing of the wireless version. So I haven't actually tried it. I was kind of going back and checking out my impressions of the wired Cloud 3. Actually, while we're here, I want to check the webpage. I don't remember the actual price point of this. So let's check it out real quick. $170. It does come with a black colorway as well. I assume we have the red because it has the red on the packaging. Anyways, let's dive in. Let's open it up. Got my new, actually got a new Leatherman Skeletool because my old one got confiscated by the Shed Aquarium security when we went over spring break, which is fine. The tip had actually broken a little bit, so I was in need of a new one. So this was my present for Father's Day this year. It also matches, I mean, the colors of clothes that I wear are usually this color and black, so it matches well. Yes, we do have the red version on here. You can kind of see my hands are a little warm because it's pretty warm here in the Midwest. And so it was leaving a little bit of a mark there, but once I take my finger off, it kind of goes away. You can kind of see some something left there. So fingerprints are kind of showing up on the exterior. I was wondering if it was just a humidity condensation kind of thing, but it looks like some of those are staying. Of course, as far as adjustability, got that there. Does not rotate at all. Very simple. Which is, I don't know, could be a good thing or bad thing. I prefer a headset that the ear cups rotate, just for when you're setting it down somewhere or, you know, pulling it off your ears for a little bit. I think that's really nice to have. All right, let's see what else is in the box. It's just a insert. All right, so in here we have, it's like a little carrying bag if we can get focus. Can't really get focus on that. There we go. USB-C to USB-C. Focus. See what else we got. Microphone. Detachable. It's a big capsule there. I don't remember the microphone really standing out on the wired Cloud 3. I guess I can't imagine it's different on this one either. I do have the wired one. We can take a, you know, side-by-side look at it when we get to that point. And then we've got the dongle. One kind of nice thing about this is that it has USB-C, also has an adapter if you want to pop that in there. So, depending on where you're using it. I think that's all we have here for the accessories. And then we have a little bit of literature, quick start guide, little warranty or issue card. Like how companies are doing this, like as soon as you open it up, you have an issue, here's where to find us. Don't go to Reddit, just come find us. Can't imagine there's anything too special in the quick start guide. But we'll take a quick look at it real quick. So we do have, it's talking about some of the controls here on the ear cup. We've got, that's where the mic plugs in. USB-C, power button, and it looks like a mic mute. And then over on the right ear cup is a volume wheel. Very easy to find, very easy to move too. I kind of like having a little bit more resistance in the volume wheel just so you don't accidentally bump it when you're trying to find it, but it's not that bad. Oh, anything else? I think it's supposed to have about like 120-hour battery life, which is great for a wireless headset. You know, not as great as the Alpha Wireless, that ridiculous 300-hour, but still, that's not bad. So they do have the Ingenuity software for making some tweaks to this. So I'll see if I have that installed and we can kind of check and see what all we got as far as options for customizing this in the software. So yeah, let me know if you have any questions, any thoughts while we get this set up here. Let's see here. I probably won't use the carry case. Don't really need the USB-C cable. Keep the microphone out. this other stuff back in here. I wonder what... This kind of feels like a recycled... I'm trying to figure out what material this is. Like if it's plastic or if you can recycle it. Hopefully you can recycle it. Okay, I'm gonna see if I have Ingenuity HyperX's software on here. I do. Okay, so we'll get this plugged in. Where's my dongle? And then we'll see what we can do. All right, pop over to software side. It's like we, out of the box, have a firmware update. So we'll have to do that. Trying to think how I plug this. A lot of my USB ports are being used right now. Quick update. Yeah, I have to use the USB cable. Okay, I think that's all right. I have a hard drive that I'm not currently using that we can unplug. Is anybody like interested in picking this up? You know, is this on anybody's radar as a purchase? $170. Nice battery life. Yes, I can unplug this. Okay, plug it in. Oh, nice. How are you liking it so far? I know it sounds like you just got it, but how are you liking it? Please connect your... Okay, I did that. Maybe I have to turn it on? The cable wasn't seated all the way in there. That'll do it. Okay, the light is breathing on the headset. I assume that means it's connected. I'm not sure why it's not popping up right here yet. Yeah. Nice. Yeah, Virtuoso sounded good. I couldn't get it. It was not a good fit comfort-wise for me. Where the Black Sharks excel for comfort. I'm using the new Logitech here because last stream somebody was talking about it, bringing it back up again. I typically use the Nova Pro wireless, but someone was talking about the Logitech, and I was like, oh yeah, I need to spend some more time with that. And comfort-wise, I'd say I was playing a little bit of Battlefield last night, and I noticed the headset more than like the Nova Pro wireless with the Wicked Cushions ear pads. But sound and separation is awesome. I see you don't use it. Well, yeah. For these streams, I'm using the... I mean, no matter what headset, I'm pretty much always using the Shure MV7. Okay, what's going on here? Plugging and plugging it back in. Yeah. Yeah, $250 is also a lot. There are a lot of headsets under that price point. Okay. So I'm trying to figure out what to do here. Every time I unplug it or plug it in, it's not like it's updating in the the software isn't recognizing it, maybe? Maybe I need to turn it on first? See? Yeah, the Black Shark, the new one, the mic is pretty incredible on that one. So that makes total sense if that's a big concern with it. I feel like it's pretty common now to have an update. Let me see if these are connected. Even these, I feel like, are just right out of the box are a little bit more comfortable than the Logitech. Granted, I haven't spent much time with it, but okay, so that just turned it off. Try plugging it in. Come on. Okay, unplug it. I was kind of saying it's a what, like 1.5 foot long cable, and so I can't I can't like have it on my head and plug it in. I have to keep taking it off and getting it closer to my computer. Maybe I'll have to restart Ingenuity. Let's try that. Right, I think that's why the cloud line is so popular. Like I said, they haven't really... There we go. Just need a little restart. Yeah, they've nailed like the comfort of these. Okay, so we got the update going. Yeah, while that's going, let's see here. I wanted to talk about a deal that I was pretty excited about. So one of my favorite keyboards, the HyperX Alloy Origin 65 with the Aqua switches, is on sale right now. Why doesn't the price show up? I guess I'm in incognito. Maybe the price doesn't show up doing that. But here's the link for that. That's the it's the Alloy 65. Oh, here we go. I'll just do, this is a non-incognito window, so it should show up just fine. But $79. Usually $100. Basically, this has been, go to the overhead. This has been one of my favorites. It's funny, it's another HyperX product, but as far as just like straight out of the box keyboards, this one is extremely solid. I love the tactile switches in here, a lot of weight to it, sounds and feels really good for the price. I want to check out Razer's latest, because that looks awesome. They didn't send me one, but I'd like to try it out sometime. Hey, what's going on, Javier? Okay. So, if you want a solid 65% keyboard, you want to get a deal on it, now's a great time to pick this one up. Checking the Honey history, it hasn't really gone below $80 for at least the last 120 days, but it's also, you know, not always on sale, so good time to grab that if you're interested. Okay, let's see what's going on with Ingenuity. It's still going. Now I want to swap my mouse to a white gaming one, but I'm left-handed. Oh wow, yeah. Yeah, what kind of options are there for left-handed? That's crazy. I mean, the only, like, just off the top of my head, the only I can really even think of is the was it the Razer Naga? They have a left-handed version. Oh, nice. The new Black Widow 75. Yes, that's the one I want to check out. Yeah, is anybody doing that anymore? Are there any, like, some sort of, you know, specialty manufacturer should still be doing that? Like, it seems like there would be at least some sort of market for it, obviously. Back to that. Okay, here we go. We are connected. Connection lost. Try unplugging it. Power it on, I think. Need to actually put it on to hear the changes. It's interesting though with these ear pads, you know, it's not a cloth ear pad, but it lets quite a bit of sound through. There's very minimal passive noise cancellation from these. Very interesting. All right, we're connected. Okay, so we've got a lot of the standards here. What's up, Grant? Looking for a new headset? What's up, Javier? So here we've got obviously some controls. We've got volume, microphone, mic monitoring, spatial audio, equalizer. So a lot of the basic stuff in there. But it's always nice to have that. Oh, interesting. It saved some of my EQ profiles from some other reviews that also work on this headset. That's interesting. I like the look of the blacked out version. Kind of wish we had that. We were talking about how they haven't really changed it much. I mean, they also haven't really updated the design much. And that's kind of one of my only complaints with the HyperX design is it just looks a little dated. You know? With things like the Logitech looks a little bit better, Black Shark looks a little bit better, in my opinion. I don't know. Maybe it's just the HyperX logo I don't really care for. But I do think it looks better in the black variant because that stuff doesn't really stand out so much. So yeah, we've got some different controls in there. Windows sound devices. Is that for just toggling the spatial audio? I don't think this has like Atmos or anything like that, like the HS80. Let's see here. Javier, can you recommend me a dock for productivity and rounded mouse? What do you mean by rounded mouse? Like a well-rounded mouse? Like a not necessarily gaming mouse? As far as dock for productivity, are you talking like Stream Deck? Is that like a productivity dock? I'm not sure I know exactly what that is. Or just, oh, like a USB-C, just like plug a bunch of stuff into it dock. That I don't really have much experience with myself, so I don't really have a good one to recommend. I know they cover a lot of that stuff over on, I don't know if you're on Apple or PC, but they cover a lot of that on 9to5Mac. So there might be some good things to check out there on the 9to5Mac YouTube channel, which is, of course, associated with 9to5Toys. Cool. Well, unless anybody has any other thoughts, questions about the unboxing of the HyperX, the Cloud 3 wireless, I think we might move on and chat about the Moza R3 bundle that we reviewed this week. So if you have any other questions, anything else you want to talk about with this, pop them down in the comments. See if we can get one of these cushions off. And look at the website here. Look at some of the specs on this. 53mm drivers. They just keep getting bigger and bigger. That's wild. Nice. We'll get to that here pretty soon. $53mm drivers. That's wild. I'm trying to think what the frequency response is of that then. Does it say? Need a spec sheet, tech specs. It's saying 10 to 21 kilohertz. See if we can get this back on. Anything else in the tech specs I want to call out here, talk about? They don't have a 3.5mm, so that is strictly wireless, which is probably fine for most people. Personally, I mean, like with the Logitechs, I'm using these with a 3.5 into the Razer audio mixer, so I enjoy having a 3.5, but that's not going to be necessary for everybody. Okay. Let's move on. If you have any other questions, feel free to drop them in the chat, but we're going to move on and talk about the R3 for Xbox. What questions you got? What do you want to chat about here? This is I think it's pretty exciting for Moza. I was kind of looking at Reddit a little bit. I don't spend too much time on Reddit, but I was looking in the sim racing subreddit, and people were talking about this a little bit. And a lot of people didn't seem like they were very interested in it. They weren't very, I don't know if they weren't sold on the price point for performance. Like everybody kind of just seemed like they wanted a little bit more power. So I thought that was kind of interesting, but I don't think it's a bad thing to have this option. I think the only downside right now is that Moza isn't offering the wheel by itself. I think that's what a lot of maybe the criticism is that, you know, it's supposed to work with the R5 and the R12. Anything that has some pedal, anything that has like the pedal ports or the extra ports here in the back, that should still work going, like this wheel should work with other wheelbases that have those. So now in my experience, in my testing, I have not gotten it to work on the R5 yet. And I've been emailing with my contact there trying to get that working. So they sounded surprised that it wasn't working and asked me to fill out, you know, like a support ticket to try to get that figured out. Basically saying like that will help them figure out any other technical issues. And considering that this doesn't release until later in September, I think they have a little bit more time to try to figure some of that stuff out. But otherwise, you know, $400 for a direct drive setup, like this would have totally changed my perspective and conversation on what I was looking for when I first started sim racing, like a year and a half, or probably about a year and a half ago. Basically, at that time, it was the Logitech G923 and the Thrustmaster T300 RS GT were the two that I was comparing, because direct drive bundles were so much more expensive. But that's not the case anymore. And I do think that Moza has been kind of growing nicely with their offerings of different attachments and upgrades and everything. Like, you know, the SRP light pedals that come with this thing, they aren't great. There's no other way around it. Like, they'll do the job, but they aren't great. But the quality and detail and smoothness and quietness that comes from this little direct drive guy here is pretty impressive. So they've said in some Q&A that they plan on making this compatible with other wheelbases, and also they plan on releasing more Xbox wheels, which of course is very exciting. So I guess basically what it comes down to is that there's some sort of chip that licensed the wheel for Xbox that's in the wheel itself. It's not the wheelbase. And so the wheel has to be compatible for Xbox. And so that's why you'll see with like Fanatec, they have tons of bundles that say Xbox ready. And we're kind of talking about this in some of the comments. They say Xbox ready, but what that means is you can add, like this right here, the $400 CSL DD Ready to Race bundle. For PC, Xbox ready, but you have to buy a separate wheel when combined with an Xbox licensed steering wheel. So the cheapest one that they have for Xbox is, I believe they have two different options. They have this McLaren bundle, which the wheel looks pretty sick on there. And then they have a WRC bundle as well. So $480, which isn't that much more money. And then you're in the Fanatec ecosystem instead of the Moza ecosystem. So kind of depends on, you know, where you see yourself going with this equipment. But, you know, given, I think, you know, the age of Fanatec, how long they've been around, and the age of Moza, how long they've been around, and how many releases they've been coming out with recently, it's pretty crazy and pretty rapid, you know, all these changes and releases that they're coming out with. So it's pretty exciting, I think. I'm here for it. So any other questions, thoughts, comparisons want to talk about with the R3? with the Thrustmaster TX or stronger. It should be right on par, right? Is that 3.9? How much torque do they say is in there? I'm trying to look it up real quick here. Basically, from my understanding, the 3.9 newton meters of the R3 from Moza is basically like the same, right? As like the T300. Basically like exactly the same. Like, to the decimal, which is interesting. Gotcha. I don't think it'd be going below. From what I can tell, the TX is what? 3.9? Which is exactly the same as the R3. It's just going to be smoother, quieter with the direct drive, with the Moza. Okay, so I was a little confused about the... Gotcha. Gotcha. Yep. So the other factor there is the R3 has infinite rotation. So you can just keep spinning it forever. Let's just keep going. So, depending on what title you're playing, you can kind of limit that rotation, set up a kind of software limit for it if you want, but otherwise it'll just keep going. It's kind of another benefit there. Whereas obviously some wheels, like even the Logitech Pro wheel, direct drive is limited to its rotation. So it's interesting that they went directly for... Yeah, you're welcome. It's interesting that they went directly for like the TX and the T300. Like the exact same Newton meter rating. Maybe it's not, coincidence. Maybe they were just like, you know what? We're just going to do this and, basically make it, if you want the direct drive variant of it, then you get this. Obviously, you don't get the, I know with the, what's it, the T300, which is the PlayStation version, right? That comes with the 3 pedals. Which you don't get out of the box with the Moza. So, depending on what you're playing, that's going to make a difference. Obviously, it's easy to add that if you need it with the Moza, and the brake upgrade kit if you need that too. So I think that's kind of why they did that. But yeah. Right. Right. That's what it seems like. They're like, okay, what's the most popular non-direct drive wheel? And what can we do to steal that market? Like, oh, we'll just make it the same power, just make it direct drive. Pretty interesting. I still need to figure out how to do some racing live streams. I think that'd be fun. I mean, I have the sim rig set up over there. It's just I think I just would have to do, basically I wouldn't be able to do all this with the screen and, you know, talking about other stuff. It'd be like, okay, we're going to do some racing at this time. So maybe that'll have to be like a 9 to 5 after hours stream to get some of that stuff set up. But it'd be fun to do some of that. What titles are you playing on Xbox? Because you have the TX, right? So you are on Xbox. What racing games do you usually play? I actually, when the new Forza comes out, I'm probably gonna spend a good chunk of time with that. That's the one game I'm most excited about this year. I've been thinking about picking up the new Armored Core, which comes out tomorrow, but I know I'm gonna dive into more motorsport when that comes out, and it'd be fun to do some streams for that. Maybe that's maybe I'll save the live streams, the racing streams, for that. Well, this is the TX Racing Wheel Leather Edition. Nice. Are you playing like Forza 7 or Horizon 5? I haven't played any of the crew games. Should check that out too. Yeah, Horizon 5. Yeah, that's probably what I tried this wheel the most on. So yeah, so you're used to driving with a wheel on that then. It's a different experience going from a controller to a wheel in Horizon. Like, the Horizon series is obviously it's set up really well for controllers. It took me a little bit getting used to, you know, months ago when I tried swapping over to a controller or to an actual wheel, but it's a lot more fun. The drifting is hard for me, but it's a lot of fun to do on a wheel. It feels really good when you nail some corners. I was looking to see oh, here we go, compatibility list. Okay, so they do have ACC. That's also another thing. I don't have ACC on the Xbox, so I didn't try it on there. I tried it on my PC and it was great. But I was watching someone else's review. Oh, Boosted Media did a really great review on the R3, of course, and they called out that ACC doesn't work with the R3 yet, which is a real bummer. Because that's like on PC, that's, I don't know, my favorite game to play when I want like a more realistic driving experience or racing experience. So it's a bummer that that's not working. But once again, you know, we've probably got nearly a month until this wheel is officially released. So hopefully it'll be, hopefully we'll have some news there. I'm planning on doing a follow-up video on the R3 after spending a little bit more time with it, talking about it a little bit more, comparing it a little bit more with like the 923. So hopefully there'll be some news to update with there. We'll still see. And I've, you know, asked my contact at Moza about this wheel being available separately, hoping to try to get some more information out of them about that. So we'll see. I think if I get new information about that, that will definitely dictate the need for a new video to talk about that. Haven't played the crew before too, but it seems they nailed driving physics. Oh, nice. Well, that's good. Right. That'd be fun to check out. I might have to do that. Is that included with Game Pass or anything? Remember when games used to have like demos you could try out all these games? I wish we still did that. That's what I was thinking with like Armored Core. I wish there was a demo of the new Armored Core I could try out. But instead of just, you know, dropping $60 on it. There's something else I was going to say to that. Oh, yeah. I mean, I also downloaded and tried the R3 with F1 22 and tried it on that. And that was really my first time playing one of the F1 games, which is really interesting. Turning off traction control is like, I couldn't even complete a lap in F1 without traction control. That's wild. It's exciting when you do it. Like, everything's so fast, it feels like pod racing. But it was tough. All right, we talked about the Cloud 3 wireless. Talked about the R3. Any other questions on any of these things? We also talked about make a little tech stack. Also talked about the Alloy Origin 65, which is on sale right now with the tactile switches. No, on video broadcast is knocking it out. Can't even hear it. That's too bad. So yeah, let me know if you have any questions about any of the stuff we've talked about. We of course we could, I guess, play a little bit of Battlefield. I'll put a poll up. See if anybody wants to play. Keep talking. Play BF 2042. Let me know what you want to do. The Delta Force game. What's the Delta Force game? Oh, interesting. Huh. I'll have to check that out. Yeah, I haven't heard about that one. Cool. No, I haven't watched any Gamescom streams. I have not checked any of those out. I know, what kind of a tech YouTuber gamer am I, huh? Anything anybody's looking for? Any, where'd Javier go? He never told me what he was talking about. With a dock for productivity and rounded mouse. Sounds like he got mad at me for something. He said, "Yo, Jordan, WTF," and then peaced out. Sometimes I wonder, like, I'm pretty sure you cannot put links in the chat unless you're a moderator or whatever. And so sometimes those get deleted. And I think people think that it's me deleting them, but no, it's not. So they get mad at me. That happened a week or two ago as well. Someone was pissed. He says, like, "Stop deleting links." And then I was like, "Dude, I don't know what you're talking about." Then he got a little bit more aggressive, so I banned him. What do we got here? One of my pictures. Oh, the HS80 on sale. Obviously, with the Max coming out, that's probably why it's on sale for that. Who are we talking about with mics? You know, that's one of the best sounding mics Julio. I don't know if you've checked that one out, but that's definitely worth checking out too. I'll make a link for that real quick. Pop it in the chat. You know what we should do? I should get the Cloud 3 wireless set up and use that, and then we can play it in Battlefield a little bit. Maybe we'll do that just for a little bit. It's getting pretty warm up here in my office, so I don't know if I'll be live for a whole lot longer. But we should try that out real quick. What am I looking for here? Oh, making a link. This is for the HS80, which is on sale right now. And we did a live review of the 80 Max recently. And of course, go check that one out a little bit as we talked about it. Played some Battlefield with that too. Did some kind of live impressions of it. Sweet. Well, I'm going to start getting it set up for the Cloud 3 then. We can see how that sounds. When we're gaming, I accidentally muted myself. Oh, I feel like, there was one other comment I wanted to talk about from the Moza video. Someone, I think it was from the Moza video. Let's see which one it was. Oh, I thought it was on this one. Let me look here. I'm not seeing the one I thought. Yeah, why isn't that showing up? Try refreshing it here. So 6 replies, but that one reply isn't showing up. Was because we're incognito? That's weird. All right. Well, I'll pop over to the to this one, I guess. But I wanted to kind of talk about this one because it gives another perspective for the R3. If you are not in the US, if you're in some place where it's a little bit harder to get and you have to pay for shipping and customs, anything like that, the Moza being available in those countries makes a big difference. So it says, for people in the US, yeah, it's a better entry deal because you can upgrade to 8 if you wanted. Moza is a bit more accessible, though, in other countries compared to Fanatec, which only lets you buy from them. So the end cost for a lot of users with taxes and import fees, etc., ends up being way more than this. For example, I can get the CSL bundle right now for about 600 Canadian. That's before shipping and import charges, which ends up being 150 average on a Fanatec bundle, according to others I've talked to. So having an entry bundle like this is much more attractive for someone like me looking for entry-level gear, especially since a lot of reviewers today are saying it's not much behind a lot of the 5 Newton meters offerings out there in terms of feel and performance. I thought that was a pretty interesting perspective on there. Obviously, me being in the US, a lot of this comes from my perspective here, as far as what's available, how easy it is to get. So yeah, I thought that was pretty interesting. I wanted to highlight that too. All right, I'm gonna get this connected. Cloud 3. Gotta change my mixer settings so I can hear my music. Whoa. Super loud. Super loud. Oh, okay. Turn that up a little bit. You can see the volume meter down there. I'm always amazed by people who talk about wireless headsets not being loud enough. Like, you can see on there, like, for me, I'm like listening to it like volume level 10, 14 maybe. And that's plenty. That's plenty for me. Okay. What else we got? We got our Ingenuity here. Let's get Battlefield running. And we'll do some kind of live impressions of that. Sorry if I just blew your eardrums out with music. There we go. Let's get Battlefield going. Someone said keep talking. Let me know what you want to keep talking about. Anything else you want to cover? Otherwise, we're going to hop over and play some Battlefield. You can see my face starting to get a little bit sweaty. It's getting warm in here. All right. Well, I think we're going to play some Battlefield. What do you think about Season 6 delay of Battlefield 2042 and next Battlefield title? Honestly, I haven't looked into it much enough. I kind of mentioned at the start of this, my head's been kind of down as my kids are starting school and my wife was on vacation for a little bit. So I feel like I'm pretty out of the loop when it comes to some of that news. So yeah, I don't think I'm very well informed enough to make much of an opinion about that. Excuse me. All right. See here, trying to make sure everything's still coming through okay. Pause my music.
Let's move.
Okay, I think we're good. What do we got here? We still got some missions to finish. Objectives, wingmen. Need some revives, spots. Okay. Play some conquest. So we are using the Cloud 3 wireless now. Let me check my EQ settings again. Got it on my jalopy sound profile, which, let's see here. Interesting. Significant boost in the bass, a little bit in the high end, a little bit in kind of the straight up mids. Do they have a just flat one? Not really. Oh, you could just turn it off. Let's try that first. Okay, you gotta capture some zones. Let's go back here and go for D. Yeah, straight out of the box, no EQ. I'd say it has a little bit more of like a esports kind of sound to it. Does the R5 use Bluetooth connect to the PC like the R3 does? Good question. To connect to PC, well, I think on a PC it just goes through the USB connection and then you go through the Pit House app. On Xbox, when I had it set up over there, I was able to connect to the wheelbase through the Moza mobile app, I believe.
Our enemy is uncoordinated. We're keeping control of more sectors.
TTD lives another day. I believe I was able to connect via the mobile app. But I couldn't get the wheel to connect to the R5. You know, even changing it between Xbox and PC modes, it wasn't connecting for me. So, but I'm pretty sure on PC it just goes through a USB connection. And then you use the Pit House app. All that works just fine. Guess we'll go for C2. Oh, there's some more.
Tango down! I'm reloading, okay?
My audio just cut out. Headset just disconnected and reconnected. Was it nesting? Audio's fine. Well, the wireless headset, here, it disconnected. So the audio I was hearing stopped for a second, and then reconnected. Did it all automatically. Oh, that was really weird.
This will save you!
What's the latency? Is the R5 better than the R3 on PC? I think they're the same on PC. Because they're both USB. Well, even going into an Xbox, it's USB. It's not Bluetooth. We're talking about just like, straight up in use, or like tweaking settings.
We are about to attack Charlie 1.
I think it's just the Xbox in general, like has a little bit of input lag. No matter what you're using, controller, wheel, anything. It's pretty unfortunate. I know who's at Boosted Media called that out a little bit.
Charlie 2 is under our control.
Spotlight down! Reloading! Check! I'm okay now! Tango on my mark! 60 meters from my position!
Control Bravo sector.
can
of us
control
here.
more sectors than us. This is the path to defeat.
Friendlies are now securing Charlie 1.
Oh gosh. I want to get the revive. No! Around the corner. Let's see if something gets me.
Thanks! We'll have help soon!
Oh, I gotta get this capture. Need it for my missions.
Here, first aid!
So I'm gonna stay in here until we capture
Our
it.
forces have taken Charlie 1. We control Charlie sector.
Okay, we got it.
Please get
Stay
out!
alive! Holy fine. Where are we at?
I'll get you up!
Oh, where? Right behind me. I'm not sure where they jumped from. Okay, I gotta change up the EQ of this a little bit. I'm gonna go back to my... What's my Jalopy 1? That's a lot of bass. Let's try it. Oh, those grenades sound a lot different.
Enemy attacking Charlie 1.
Northeast!
There's a lot of impact in that now. It's a body. Okay, so I guess we go to what? Catch a ride.
Got my son of a bastard!
Okay, I gotta change the EQ again. That's a little bit too much space. Let's go back to this one. Seems a little more balanced. What is going on? Everything's exploding. Oh! We gotta go.
Подходите ко мне!
Charlie 1 is under attack.
Why can't I reload? Okay, there we go.
Tango on my mark! 70 meters away from my position!
Just running through a field. Please, nobody get me.
Head supplies on the ground!
Nothing I can do about that.
Tango's
Except
hurt!
that guy. The frantic close quarters aiming. Oh shoot. Yeah, nobody's here. I'm gonna try another. What's optimizer? Interesting. Clarity, I don't think I would like that one. Let's try it. Yeah. I mean, it does help with just picking out the action. The gunshots are very prominent.
Tango
It's not the
sighted!
most
60 meters away from my
enjoyable.
position!
EQ, I would say.
Tango on my mark! Tango's down!
Oh! Can't drop your name.
Bravo
Okay,
sector
what do we
now
got here? I
belongs
guess
to
we're
us.
losing C2
Our plan is effective.
and
We
D.
hold more sectors
Let's go
than
with
our enemy. Hostiles hitting Charlie 2.
Actually, change that EQ again. So that one definitely, I mean, as you can tell from this, optimizes the mid-range. So good for esports, not the most immersive experience. I'm going to try the optimizer because it seems similar to the custom EQ that I had created.
Enemy tank located! 130 meters! Spotted a hostile tank!
Hostiles invading Charlie 1.
While we run over here.
Tracking infantry! 200 meters!
What are you in that tank? That's not good.
Marking enemy tank! Northwest!
Delta
Okay.
sector has fallen to hostiles.
I'll find a safe way to get up here.
Control the must be gunned by all forces.
Could hear that guy running pretty easily through the headset. Alright, let's get up there. That's a friendly tank, right? Yeah. I think I can hear somebody up above us.
Our attack on Delta 1 is underway.
Oh no! Sorry, buddy. Didn't realize they were right behind me.
We control most sectors on the battlefield.
There must be somebody here, right? Because I'm not capping this. Or it would tell me. Oh, I hear somebody. Thought I heard somebody.
They've limited results.
Hostile down!
I pity them.
Med supply! Use them! Here you go!
I like this EQ preset. Optimizer. It says there's somebody else here.
Marking threat in my area!
It's still here. Somewhere.
Tango turret!
Alright, I should get this.
Delta 2
51.
secured by us.
Do they have a spawn beacon in there? Where do they keep coming from? How do they keep popping up in there?
I have to reload!
Ah. Somebody's coming down the hallway. I'll get you, buddy.
Friendly wounded!
Ah! How'd you do that?
Alpha sector has fallen to hostiles.
Oh. Okay, don't go that way.
Attempting to capture Delta 1.
Getting back! Take this!
See his shadow. Reload. Crap ammo. This area right here reminds me of like Dust 2 from Counter-Strike.
We have captured all of Charlie 2.
We are attacking Delta 1.
Oh no!
The battle goes well. We have conquered more sectors.
Thought I
than
could
our
push on
enemy.
that. Nope.
Infantry troops around 90 meters from my position.
Let's go again.
Delta 1 is under siege.
Both sides. I think everybody's close enough. We'll get the win, but guess we should.
Enemy pushed us
Yeah,
off
we
Delta
will.
1.
Where's that coming from? Who's down there?
US forces have captured Delta Sector.
Man down! Tango, sir! I'm reloading! Man down! Friendly!
Cold coal. With the Magnum.
American forces are retreating. Mission successful.
I mean, very first impressions. I think they sound very good. I think it's very comfortable. I think that might be it. It for the stream. If somebody has any other questions? Chris, you have more questions about the R3 or the R5? Anybody else want any more information on the Cloud 3 wireless? Let me know. We're going to start wrapping it up here. I mean, very initial impressions are I like it. It doesn't have very good passive noise cancellation, but they're comfortable. It's very warm in my office right now, and they feel warm, but not like too hot. Oh, where did all these? I missed a lot of these. I'm sorry, I missed a lot of these chats. 400 samples per second versus 60. I'm new, so I'm not sure if the 400 hertz is real. I don't know. I'll have to look into that. Really good in Call of Duty. That was Battlefield. BFP kicked so hard. Oh yeah, I love the BSV, right? BSVM. I love that gun. Is the headphone that you're wearing right now worth buying it for this price? $180, $170. $170 with some other things like we called out the HS80 being on sale right now for $117. I don't know, it's kind of a hard sell to recommend the Cloud 3 wireless over something like the HS80 because that has such a good microphone as well, and I really enjoy the Atmos on that. Actually, if you go back and watch the live stream of us chatting about that one, I talked quite a bit. I had some in-game impressions of that one too. If you go back and watch that live stream. Okay, headphones are now worth the price. So yeah, I don't know. It's kind of a hard. $170 is kind of a hard sell for me. Like, not that it's bad. I think it's good. Like, it's comfortable. I think the sound is good, or like straight out of the box is a little bit too kind of, I'd say, like esports focused, but with a custom profile, it kind of got right where I like it. So the optimizer was pretty good here, but then my own custom profile I kind of like too. Thoughts so far, yeah, on the headset are too soon to tell. Those are kind of my thoughts on it. I hope that helps. I don't know if you have any other questions. Better than the revolvers? I think so. It's been a while since I've used a revolver. So it's hard for me to really tell that definitively. Last question. How are the pedals bundled with the R3? Thrustmaster LCM, is that what comes with the... Is that what comes with the T300, like in the RS-GT? Or no, that's their upgraded ones. The pedals that come with the R3 aren't great. They're not good at all. But they do have those upgrade kits available, which makes it a lot better. One thing to note on that is if you add the upgrade, it like it takes more force to push, which overall is good. But depending on how you if you just have them sitting on the floor, that makes them more susceptible to movement. Even just stock out of the box, I had to brace the pedals with something, otherwise they'd move around. So if you add a little bit more brake force to that, it might move around a lot more. When you have it on something like the Wheel Stand 2.0, which is where I typically have it mounted, it's totally fine. It works very well. The brake mod is a really nice upgrade for the Moza. I haven't tried the Thrustmaster LCM, but I would imagine it's better than the Moza R3 Bundle pedals, the SRP Lite. Does that answer your question? Sorry I missed these questions. I don't know what was going on. Stuff wasn't popping up. Or maybe I was scrolled up. I don't know. My head was in the game. I was too focused on winning. You're welcome. Thanks for chatting. So, any other
Well, racing fans, today we have something
concerns? No, it's the wired Cloud 3, the wireless. Yeah, if not, I think we're going to wrap it up here. We will be back. Check my calendar. I think we'll be back next week. Yeah, next afternoon we'll be back. Probably around the same time, 1 or 2 p.m. Eastern. Hopefully it's not as warm. We'll see. Oh, cool. Well, thanks everybody for joining. As always, this was a lot of fun. You can see some of our reviews and everything, obviously, on our YouTube channel. Also, stay locked to 9to5toys.com. We have other reviews on there that I don't do videos of. The team is doing reviews as well, and obviously always pulling up the best deals. So make sure you're locked there so you don't miss any great deals. But yeah, we did call out a couple deals earlier today. The HS80 is on sale right now, and then one of my favorite keyboards, the Alloy Origins 65 with the Aqua tactile switch, is also on sale. So you can scroll up a little bit and check those out. I'll put them in the show notes or the description if you want to check those out. But thank you, everyone. Thanks for joining. Thanks for chatting. Thanks for your questions and your comments. And hopefully we will see you in the next one. Yeah, like I said, next week, probably Tuesday, I think will be the next live stream, unless I randomly hop on and try to do a racing stream sometime. Which, if we do that, I'll make sure to post about it on Twitter and then also on our little community page here. But thanks, everyone. Hope you have a good rest of your day, and we'll see you later. Bye.